Okay, I'm going to walk you through a bit of the interface here in Propresenter just so you can know what the different parts are. Okay, up at the top we have all of these shortcuts. All of these here are entirely for the people who are presenting live on Sunday. These here are the ones that you will use a little bit more. This is for a new presentation. If you're going to do a new song or something like that. This is an editor. This is a reflow editor, which I'll get into as we start editing things. Templates are really nice because they can get everything to look the same, which is really, really nice. Live, you probably won't use this one much because this deals with if we're using a live recorder, like during a kid's message or something like that, to show up on the screen. Bibles, good one. Image video bin, this is probably the one you'll go to the most. If I click on it, you'll see I have a couple of different collections of images as far as the motion backgrounds, the countdowns, the welcome screens, things like that. These are all folders for different collections through Church Motion Graphics. That's what the CMG is. Don't worry about one being a higher number or another. It's just how they're labeled. You can click on any of them, and then just as long as you build the entire service off of one group here, then it'll all coordinate. That's the point of that. I'm going to click on this here to toggle that off. I just click on it to turn it on, click on it to turn it off. Audio, I wouldn't worry about too much. Format and volume, I wouldn't worry about too much, but I try and get all the computers that are running Propresenter to look the same. So this is a preview of what would show up on the screen if you were to be down in the sanctuary during worship. This is the particular file that you're working on, or the part of the worship that you're working on, whether it's a song, a liturgy. If you want to bump up the size of this a little bit so you can see it a little bit easier, down here there's this little thumbnail size. You can drag it up a little bit to make it bigger and easier to see. You don't have to make it super hard, because if you're going to edit, you're going to do it somewhere else, but that'll let you at least see it a little bit easier. Right in here you have the library, which shows all the different presentations that are put together, the songs, the liturgies. You can search for it. So let's say you want to search for Holy, Holy, Holy. I will type in Holy. You do have to be careful because commas and such make a difference. Holy, holy, holy. If I know I'm going to put that in a song, I know the backgrounds aren't in there, but voila, there we go. So you can search for that. I'm going to hit this X to close out of my search. My playlist, I have a couple of templates. This is a worship template, which you can see the playlist right here, all the different parts that make up worship. From the announcements to the series slide, call to worship, etc. I'd put songs in here. What I will do, I'll get to that later on. An announcements template. This is primarily if you are going to be editing the announcements that come up at the start, or if you're going to put birthdays or anniversaries in. This is where all that is stored. And then a communion template, which is for a communion service. It just happens to include the communion liturgy, the Gloria Patri, stuff like that. And what I will do, I'll get to that again later on. Again, here is the part that you're looking at as far as what, let's go back to the worship template so it makes a little more sense. The exact song or the exact liturgy that you're looking at. We'll stop there and I'll start back up again in a little bit.